Throughout history, cultures around the world have told tales of terrifying and awe-inspiring creatures, monsters that lurk in the shadows, guard sacred places, or challenge the bravest of heroes. From the fire-breathing dragons of Europe to the shape-shifting yokai of Japan, these mythical beasts embody the fears, beliefs, and imaginations of their people. This series will explore some of the most legendary monsters of mythology, uncovering their origins, powers, and the stories that keep them alive to this day. Welcome to Myth and Lores, a journey into the dark and divine. Without further ado, let's jump into another lore. The Chimera, a creature from Greek mythology, is one of the most fearsome and iconic monsters. It embodies a terrifying fusion of multiple animals, each symbolizing different aspects of chaos, destruction, and unnatural power. The creature itself is often depicted with the head of a lion, the body of a goat, and a serpent for a tail, though the exact description varies across sources. It symbolizes unnatural hybridity, something born from breaking the natural order, an omen of disaster. The Chimera's origins are dark and intertwined with the gods and their desire to create and destroy. In Greek myth, the Chimera was born from the union of the monster Typhon and the serpent-like Echidna, both of whom were embodiments of primal chaos. Typhon, often considered the most fearsome of the ancient Greek monsters, was a creature so massive and terrible that the gods themselves feared him. Echidna, a half-woman, half-snake monster, was his mate, and together they birthed numerous other horrors of the ancient world, including the Nemean lion, the Lernaean hydra, and the Chimera. The Chimera was no mere beast of terror. It was an affront to nature itself. Its form, composed of parts of different animals, lion, goat, and serpent, was unnatural and could never exist in the normal world. Its form, composed of parts of different animals, lion, goat, and serpent, was unnatural and could never exist in the normal world. The creature represents the perversion of life, the crossing of boundaries, and the violation of the natural order. It was a reminder of what could happen when chaos reigns and the primordial forces of destruction are allowed to shape the world. The Chimera's presence in myth reflects not just its physical terror, but also the broader themes of war, divine wrath, and the fragility of civilization. As a monster, it embodied an overwhelming force that could not easily be contained or defeated. It terrorized the land of Lycia, spewing fire from its lion's mouth, furthering its role as a symbol of uncontrollable devastation. The fact that the Chimera could breathe fire only added to its terrifying power, signaling that it was a force of nature that transcended human ability to reason or resist. The beast was said to be immortal, a characteristic often attributed to divine and infernal creatures in mythology. This immortality made it nearly impossible to defeat, and its rampage through Lycia was a source of great suffering for the people. The Chimera's role as a harbinger of doom was cemented in his relentless attack on civilization and nature. The Chimera's mystic life is intertwined with the hero Bellerophon, a prince tasked with slaying the monster. The encounter with the Chimera is one of the defining moments of Bellerophon's story, showcasing his courage and the divine aid he received. According to the myth, Bellerophon was aided by the winged horse Pegasus, which he tamed with the help of the goddess Athena. With Pegasus' ability to fly, Bellerophon could confront the Chimera from the air, evading the creature's fiery breath and deadly attacks. Using a spear or sword, Bellerophon struck the Chimera precisely, often said to have killed it by thrusting a lead weapon into its mouth. The lead would melt in the Chimera's fiery breath, poisoning the monster from the inside out. In some versions, the Chimera dies, but in others, it is wounded or forced into retreat. Regardless of the outcome, the defeat of the Chimera by Bellerophon is seen as triumph of order over chaos, but it also sets in motion a tragic downfall of Bellerophon himself. Despite the victory, Bellerophon's life ultimately takes a dark turn. His hubris, having killed such a powerful creature, led him to attempt to fly to Mount Olympus on Pegasus. The gods, angered by his pride, caused him to fall from the sky, and he lived the rest of his days in misery and exile. The Chimera, therefore, not only represents physical danger, but also serves as a reminder of the fate that befalls those who overstep their bounds. The Chimera's hybrid nature, its parts taken from different creatures, symbolizes both unnatural creation and the collapse of natural boundaries. It is a mythic creature that speaks to the dangers of interference with the natural order, whether by gods or mortals. In some interpretations, the Chimera embodies psychological or cultural fears, representing the monstrous things that emerge when the boundaries between categories, human and animal, natural and unnatural, are blurred. The Chimera is often seen as a symbol of dangers of unchecked desire and power. The creature's fire-breathing mouth suggests both rage and consumption, and its ability to destroy cities and entire landscapes points to the uncontrollable forces of chaos, whether they be divine wrath, human war, or nature's destructive capacity. Its existence suggests that the world is full of things beyond human understanding and control. The Chimera has continued to captivate imaginations through modern retellings and interpretations. It appears in literature, film, and video games as a symbol of monstrosity and an opponent that requires physical and intellectual might to overcome. The creature also serves as a metaphor for the dangers of hybridization, experimentation, and the consequences of creating something that defies nature. In modern scientific discourse, the term chimera has even taken on a more literal meaning, referring to organisms created by combining the genetic material of different species, such as in genetic engineering or cloning. In this sense, the myth of the Chimera continues to resonate as a cautionary tale about humanity's attempts to control or manipulate life itself, a dark reflection of contemporary fears about science, technology, and the ethics of genetic manipulation. Thus, the Chimera's lore is a tale that spans centuries, representing the eternal struggle between order and chaos, life and death, and humanity's role in the vast, uncontrollable forces of the universe. That concludes this lore. If you like what you heard, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next lore. Bye.